Okay guys, so regarding the parking method, I thought after doing my video on how I did it, I thought maybe I should do a bit where it shows you a bit more what I mean so that you can actually see it in progress. So as you can see on this, I'm stitching on the diagonal, so I should be okay to do this. So as you can see, so I'm using Pattern Keeper. So on here where it's got the blue highlighted parts, this is where I have a, let me zoom out, I have a thread parked. So the shaded parts that I was showing you on the last one is these parts here. So they're the parts that I've already done. And then you can see some of the stitches that I've already placed in because there was only like one stitch left of it. So I thought I'd show you a little bit so then you can see exactly how it works. So let me just have a look, see if I can find a symbol that is repeated. Right, so on this pattern, it looks like the only one that I've got parked so far that repeats is this one here. So just zoom in so you can see the stitching. So we'll ignore these ones that I've got here at the top. So this is the one here that has multiple symbols. So now with this one I'm only stitching with one length of floss, so I still thread my needle exactly the same way. It says I can't thread my needle today. So when I do get my needle threaded, or my floss threaded, I will show you. Normally I don't have a problem threading my needle. But obviously today, because I want to do a video, my fingers don't want to work. There we go. Right. So let me just get my where I need it to. So where are we? There we go. Right. So what I would do is, I say, because I do complete per colour per column, so I will do not that one because I've put that stitch in the wrong spot. It's a bit hard trying to balance this. So on the pattern it was this one, then the one next to it. So it's those two, and then just quickly bring this one back in. So that's those two there that I've just done, and then as you can see I've got a stitch right below there and then one to the right. So if I was going to park so I've done those two. So if I was going to park this one next, I would park it here. So then when I get onto that row again, I'll do it that way. But because I do each symbol in each block of 10, what it will mean is that I will stitch all these up here, and then down here there's another one, and then it will go into the next block of 10. So I would park it here. So if that makes sense. So let me just get these stitched. So I'll be back with you in 1 second. Okay, so I've got those ones stitched. So as you can see, I've done all these here. And this is the last one in this diagonal that I'm working on. So what I would then do is park it where it's going to be next, which will be here. It won't. Wrong line. Will be up here. So it's going to be 3 across from there. And then I will leave that thread there. So this is doing the diagonal. Now on the other one, as you remember, I said like your lines get smaller and smaller. So you go 10, 9, 8. I meant on like each of your 10 by 10 block square. So obviously because mine's gridded, this is what I mean. So like on the gridded one, you'll have 10 to start with on the top. And then the next row, you would only have 9 up until your blocked line, but then you'd go into the one that you previously completed. So you're still doing 10 at a time, but the one in each section kind of gets less and less. So I hope that makes sense. And then if I was doing this like per square, then you would complete all these. And let me just bring the tablet back in again so you can see. I've highlighted them on here so you can see. So if I was doing each square, then I would do all these ones first, and then I would park it in the next square down, and there is one here. So I would park it there, and then that's ready for when I get into my next block. How that makes sense. And then it says, at least you know where you've parked one is. So obviously with Pattern Keeper, you can just mark it like the original ones are with a blue diagonal. If you're doing it paper copy, you would highlight where you've parked it in one color, and then when you stitch it, you just go over it with your normal highlighter that you would use normally, so that you know that you've stitched it. Well, at least then you know where you've parked thread is. Now some people, some people may not do that way, and they may want to park into the next block over because there's no other symbols near them. So if there's a symbol like on this block here, which is the same one what you've been doing, you can park it to that side. I don't like to do that because then you end up with multiple threads. So as you're working down your next diagonal, you'll find that you may have got 3 or 4 of the same color. So I don't like to do that. I just prefer to do it this way. So at least then you know which way you got. So that's how I do it. So just a little bit of update on that one, just so that you can see it in actual person instead of just like the couple of stitches that I did in the parking tutorial. So I hope that helps, guys. A little bit better than being able to see how it's actually done rather than just trying to work it out from those pictures that I did yesterday.